Whatever.
Oh, my watch. I'm just like my watch. It doesn't on the watch, doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. Yes, we'll go right. People will be looking and thinking, what the hell are these people doing?
We're used to it now.
I was going to say, do you get like a few?
We ran around the park the other day. We were doing a pod the other day. And we just had people beeping at us and waving at us all the time. Okay, yeah.
But we saw so many people we knew as well. Running past them, beeping the horns. Yeah. But this is quite away from us, isn't it? This.
Yeah.
Because whereabouts do you guys live?
Blackpool.
You're whereabouts in
I'm
Blackpool?
the bottom of the
South Shore way.
Same house as yours, went home.
Oh, right, okay.
So, in South Shore.
This one we like going to like a little bit of a triangle. Yeah, I found it looking, I was like, what are they doing? It's mainly old people that live around here. Or older, should I say.
So, welcome to another episode of Running Out of Breath podcast. And this week we've got Ashleigh Blackwell.
Hello.
So, Ashleigh is quite well known, although she won't say that she is, in the Blackpool area for what she does with a career, PTing, beauty pageants, and a lot more, which we'll go into now as well. But I first met Ashleigh, which is a bit of a weird story. I was in my old job, I was looking after a family member of your husband.
Yes.
And we sort of met then, and then I realised that you also knew my younger brother.
Yep.
And from there, we sort of kept in touch on socials, briefly just checking in with each other through like life, really. And we reached out to get you on because you're doing a lot at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah.
But what is it you're training for at the moment, though?
So, in 5 weeks, I am running the Kendal to Preston ultramarathon, which is 80k.
Just an 80k. Just 2 marathons
80K.
back to back.
And what will this be the furthest that you've run then?
Yeah,
What have you done prior to that?
marathon. That's my furthest.
Where was that?
When?
Yeah.
In not last year, the year before the summer. Oh no, April.
And
Yeah, so April 24.
so it was Manchester.
Yeah.
And how did you find it?
Not gonna lie, I absolutely hated it. I finished it and I went, I am never doing anything like that ever again.
So you decided to do ultra.
Yeah. But it wasn't necessarily like the running that I didn't like. When I was training for the marathon, I did myself a disservice because I started strength training. I didn't really fuel properly. So I was always going to struggle. Yeah, exactly. So I was always going to struggle. And the first half of it, I loved. And I flew around. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do really well doing this.
Yeah.
And then I hit like the wall that everyone talks about for the last like 10k.
Oh, really?
And I was like, no, I'm done. I am done.
So what was your maximum training run for that then? How far did you manage to get on a training run?
Probably just over a half, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas this, obviously, I don't like standing still. Like I always like to challenge myself and do something that's a bit out of the ordinary, let's say.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I did my marathon. I was like, I'm never doing one of that again. But I got bored, and then I was like, you know what? I need to do something. And I was going to start in high rocks, but then I got injured, so I couldn't use my left hand. So obviously, all that sort of training was out the window. And then I only really started weight training and being able to use my hand again at the beginning of last year. So kind of like the last 12 months has been focused on
Just running.
yeah, and getting like rehab, like getting used to being able to use my hands again, and my grip strength and all that sort of stuff. And then this year will be 10 years since I lost my dad. So the week of the race, his anniversary is on the Tuesday.
Right.
The race on the Saturday.
Straight down.
Yeah, straight down. So I was kind of a bit like, well, I need to do something. It's 10 years. Like, I need to do something for that milestone. And I was brainstorming with Josh about what to do. And he was like, please don't do something crazy. And I was like, okay. I have to run.
Yeah, you're right.
He's like, please don't do something crazy. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do an 80-kilometre ultramarathon. And he was like, you what? He was like, please don't. No, all jokes aside, of course, he's very supportive.
Yeah.
But I think it's more, obviously, training for something like that. But anything really, it completely takes over your life, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's so much involved. It goes back to the saying, if it's, people don't see what it takes to get to where you are.
Literally.
You just see what you do on the day.
Yeah, exactly.
And not everything else behind, which is, that's the thing that matters, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do
100%.
what you do on the day unless you do everything in the background.
And I always said, after obviously Manchester, that I would make sure I trained properly for it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't struggle as much.
Yeah, so you didn't get to that potential
Yeah.
I can't do it stage.
So what have you done differently? So what lessons did you learn from the marathon you took now into this
So
training for the ultra?
Still strength train 4 to 5 times a week. Straight up there.
Upper and lower, or just lower, or
Both up and
Yeah.
lower.
That, I suppose that fits into your day job as well,
Yeah.
with being a PT.
Yeah. So I was making sure that I do my strength training. I'm fueling a lot better. So eating more. And like I really struggle with having like things like gels. Nothing like that agrees with me.
yeah.
So rather than just binning it off and just thinking, oh, I'll go with nothing, I've had to kind of find what works for me.
Right, okay, yeah.
So like actual eating food whilst running rather than drinking it, like obviously is convenient.
Yeah.
What sort of foods are you eating? Are you eating sweets, or is it?
Yeah, so I'll have like, that's not the most nutritional, but you just need
Need sugar.
carbs. Yeah, so
Yeah, simple carbs.
I'll have
Sugar and
sweets,
carbs.
I'll have pretzels, salty pretzels, really good, flapjacks, root biscuits, if you can stand the dryness.
What do you have with you today?
I have fruit pretzels and pretzels.
Love it.
And then obviously I've got my electrolytes, which is fine. It's just, like I said, the gels that just really don't agree with me at all. So yeah, rather than just chewing them off, I just thought, right, I need to find a way around it, essentially.
And we are joining you on part of your training month today, aren't we?
Yes.
You're actually doing a 20k.
Yeah.
We
I'll probably
are
end up doing 21.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't. I was
That's what I mean. I'll just stop just before half.
on the way in, I thought, he's not
21.2.
doing 20.
21.2.
21.
So yeah, so I rejigged my route this morning. I was like, right, if I can't do an extra kilometre, but with it being my first run back since being ill,
Yeah.
I was like, I can't go too like long distance, but we'll
21k
see.
is long enough though.
Yeah, it sounds daft, but like to me, that just sounds like nothing, and it's not. Obviously, it really isn't. But
We've done that a little bit, haven't we? We've sort of, we say there's a group of us that obviously all train together and run together and stuff. And we got to a point now where we've normalised the 10k.
yeah,
But it's that 10k is a long
Yeah.
way.
That's a long way.
People don't like, we often have to tell ourselves like,
Right.
we've just ran 10k by the way.
literally,
But like you just said, it's not actually that far for me, but
Half
it
marathon.
is such a distance.
yeah. When you think of it like that, it is massively. So a car. I think there is a car. I'm gonna get run over. Everyone's thinking, what are these idiots doing? Running all side by side.
So just going back to, you say your motivating factors, see your dad passing away, and
Yes.
you ran Manchester Marathon, sepsis, and
Yeah.
you're running this ultra.
Sepsis, yeah.
So we'll put a link on for any fundraising
Thank
you're doing.
you.
Yeah, we'll go.
Over the years, I've done quite a lot, and then I think I've raised like 3.4k over
Wow.
the years. So I'm really hoping that my ultra will take me up to the 5k.
Nice.
Um,
Do you want to explain to people what sepsis is, in case people don't know?
yeah,
A bit of
so
awareness.
What sepsis
yeah,
is?
so I mean, I didn't know anything about it.
That's often the case though, isn't it?
yeah.
You don't until something
It's
like that
basically,
happens to you.
yeah, we're going to go left just after this turning. It's your body's response to an infection, essentially. And rather than fighting the infection, your body essentially shuts down, going left.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaky. Yeah. Just up that little
Sorry,
there.
keep going.
It's all right. And it's basically septic shock. Your body goes into shock and all your vital organs start to shut down. And it's a form of blood poisoning. But anyone can get it, whether you're young, old, fit and healthy, or
doesn't discriminate.
no. Which is why it's so important to know about it, because if you don't identify it and get treatment early on, it's fatal, essentially. Sorry, thank you. And it's, people don't realise, but when some people will pass away of things like pneumonia and all that,
Sepsis will be involved as well.
yeah, sepsis is actually what kills them.
Yeah.
And it's very, very common. And like I said, it doesn't discriminate, which is why it is so prevalent. But having, you know, being identified soon, and the right treatment,
you can obviously can fix it, can't you?
And UK Sepsis Trust is all about raising awareness, and they actually go into hospitals and GP practices and actually educate healthcare professionals, which then programs them to actually think of sepsis before anything else.
Seeing the signs.
Yeah, so you'll see like the slogan, just ask could it be sepsis, quite a lot.
Yeah.
In hospitals and GP practices, and that's actually what you need to do. And just say to the doctor, like, could this be sepsis? And something that's really nice to know, well, not nice to know, but I've had a few people message me and say, you know, your dad's story and your awareness has actually either saved my life or my family member's life, because we knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
And obviously seeing what I posted, it kind of stuck with them. So then when them or their family member were of ill health, they said to their doctor or whoever it was that was seeing them, you know, could I have sepsis? And they were like, oh yeah, you do, here's your antibiotics.
I suppose that's all you can ask for from doing what you're doing for like this now with the ulcer.
Yeah, 100%.
And anything else you've done, you need to say it's just one person.
Yeah.
That's you've achieved your goal.
Yeah, exactly.
So now it's just to do more, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we like doing this podcast, because we learn stuff.
Yeah.
And anyone who listens to this podcast
Well, then also
learns a little bit more.
Passes it on as well, so it's a good platform as well.
Well, I didn't realise, but it's actually more prevalent than breast cancer, bowel cancer, and prostate cancer combined.
Oh wow!
The stats of it.
Yeah.
And
what's the cure for it? So when you get diagnosed with sepsis,
antibiotics.
It's treating that infection.
Yeah.
I suppose the issue is knowing you've got that infection.
That's it. But it could be anything. You could have a water infection that then turns septic.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't discriminate, because it's not like a particular condition that then goes into sepsis. It can be anything.
Yeah.
So it's such a simple cure.
Yeah.
But it's just the
identifying it that's the hard part. 100%. So that's why it's really important to raise the awareness and make sure people have the knowledge to then think, oh, could it be this? Essentially. So, yeah. Like I said, I hadn't heard of it before I lost my dad, and obviously we never expected him to pass away, let alone it to be something like sepsis. It's completely unexpected.
Yeah.
He was actually in rehab at the time because he was an alcoholic.
Right, okay.
So he was receiving treatment. So he was in rehab for about a week, which is when he developed it, and within hours he passed away.
Wow.
And they all just thought he was going cold turkey because he didn't have alcohol.
Having a drink,
but actually, it wasn't. He had bronchopneumonia that then turned septic. And obviously that's how...
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, you do hear quite a lot about sepsis, about people catching it in hospitals. I don't know if that's just me reading social media stories.
100%. It's definitely got so much better over the last 10 years. 100%.
It's through those standard infections of chest infection and pneumonia, like you mentioned, turning into the poison in the blood.
Yeah.
So,
but it's really hard to also identify because the symptoms are the same as anything like flu, a rash, you know, all that sort of stuff. And it's like how it's not a case of knowing you've got it. It's a case of asking someone that can test you, like, have I got this? And putting it in the forefront of their minds, as opposed to just thinking, oh, she'll just have the flu, or she'll just have a water infection or whatnot. And like I said, it's about making it to the forefront of my mind so that you obviously diagnose and treat it as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah.
That's really insightful, that.
It is. I think it's a really good reason. Like I say, people run just to run, and I'm one of those. I run just because.
I used to hate running.
Rubbish.
We've said this many a time on the pod.
Yeah.
I'm a social runner.
Yeah.
So I like running, but I like running with people.
Yeah.
I find it really difficult to run on my own.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're doing it for a cause.
That's like my motivation.
That's it. You've got that. Well, I'm running on my own. I'm running for this.
Yeah.
This is why, which is really, really good.
Like, I'll be questioning it when I'm on the day.
Yeah.
And I'm like 60k deep, and I've got 20k through.
But you mentioned as well, because that's the reason for running. But I think you said you also went to try and get into high rocks, which me and Andy are both into. Yeah. But you got an injury.
Yes.
Now, am I right in thinking that this particular injury was one that affected your work as well?
Yeah. So I was police officer at the time, and some guy just didn't fancy being arrested, unfortunately.
So it was during work?
Yeah, it was during work. I was on a night shift. I couldn't speak about it until I left, because obviously when I joined the cops, they were obviously, they say don't put it on social media, blah blah blah. So I always felt like the real life Hannah Montana. I had two different lives. And unless you knew me personally, you wouldn't know what I did. You just think I did social media or something within fitness. But yeah, so I was a special, which is basically a volunteer cop for 18 months while I was at uni. And then I left uni, went straight in as a PT. And I was at like the part of my career where I was thinking about going for promotion or going specialising in something. Was
this local as well?
Sorry, so I was based in Fleetwood.
Right, okay.
So I covered Fleetwood, Thornton, Cleveland, Everwire, Bolton, up till like the Guinea roundabout in Blackpool.
Yeah.
So I covered all that area.
You got a really good area.
Maybe. But on this particular night, it was a month before I got married.
Oh, Jesus.
Really? Yeah. Was that how close it was to the wedding?
Yeah, so it was in June, I got married in July. 20 minutes into a night, I don't think it was 20 minutes into a night shift. We'd literally sat in the briefing room, and a 999 call comes in to say someone's walking the dog and you can hear a disturbance, blah, blah, blah. Me and two of my colleagues go, and it's just some drunk guy. Unfortunately, he's had a messing with his partner, and his partner was like, I just wanted to leave. He won't leave. So we've gone to have a chat with him.
Yeah.
And turns out we found out some more information that meant he needs to be arrested. And he just didn't fancy it and decided to kick off, essentially. And at some point, I don't know how or when, but in the scuffle, my left thumb got essentially bent all the way back, and my ligaments, the main ligament that connects your thumb to your palm, got completely torn.
Oh, nice.
So immediately, like, I couldn't feel my hand. My whole hand ballooned. So I got sent straight to the hospital. The hospital staff were great. They got me in straight away. But they didn't know what I'd done. So they were like, oh, I just have this thumb splint, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then we'll book you in to go see the orthopaedics.
Right, okay.
Like a week's time. Couldn't move. And I was like, oh, this is bad. And then, I found out that I'd had a full thickness tear of my ligament. So I'd lost all the ability to move it. And it sounds daft when you think it's just your thumb.
Yeah, but you need your thumb.
It's like if you lost your big toe, your little toe, you'd lose your balance. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Grip, it's everything now.
Exactly. So, but to me, and everyone else probably looking in, like, oh, it's just your thumb, like, you can still use your hand. But I couldn't do things like unlock a door, anything with like a grip and a twisting motion. I couldn't unbutton my jeans, I couldn't cut up food, I couldn't put my hair up, yeah.
Opposable thumbs, you need them.
I couldn't like carry things that were or anything really. I remember I tried to open a jar, I think it was like pasta sauce, and I got really annoyed because I couldn't grip it and I couldn't even open it.
In your head.
Yeah.
Are you left-handed as well?
No, I'm right, thankfully.
Right, okay.
But it was just, I remember as well, like I picked up a cup of tea. I don't know why I picked it up with my left hand because I'm right-handed, but I picked it up and I just completely dropped it. And I was like, to me, I was like, why can't I do that? Anyway, I ended up having reconstruction surgery it happened in June. I had my surgery in October. And then it was 3 or 4 months of physio and rehab.
And what was
you still full use now? Or is it still?
It's never going to be the same again.
Not painful though now?
No, I can't really feel it. But I can use it, just not as much as I would normally.
Yeah.
So they replaced the snap ligament for a fake cotton, essentially.
Yeah.
But they attached it just using like tiny screws.
All right, okay.
And these screws are like the size of a pen nibs, they're tiny.
Yeah.
So I said, can I do my job again? Like, because up until this point, I was just desk bound, doing everyone's admin.
What was work?
Yeah, so in the whole time I was getting treatment, I moved on to a desk and she paid everyone's paperwork essentially. And then
I think that's not why you went into the police, was it? No.
Like I got a laundry, like if I wanted to be behind a desk and become a solicitor.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a cop since I was a little girl.
Right.
And then I said to the surgeon, I said, well, will I be able to do my job? Like, will after treatment and all this, you know, will I have full functionality of it? And he said, if you want my advice now, he said all it would take would be the tiniest bit of force and your thumb would snap again.
No way.
And you need another surgery. So it wasn't a case of that I couldn't do my job. It was the risk of
doing it again.
Yeah.
Causing injury.
And obviously the nature of the cops is so unpredictable.
Yeah, as I say, 20 minutes into an accident.
Literally. And you, unfortunately, rightly or wrongly, you use force pretty much every day. Whether that be, you know, to arrest someone like it was in the night, or just someone is in a mental health crisis and you need to pin them down for their own safety and stuff like that. And it would be a case of I wouldn't be able to do that because it'd snap. So not only would it be dangerous for me, it would be dangerous to who I was dealing with and also my colleagues. So I decided to come away from response. So I got a transfer into CID. So the detectives.
Okay.
So I went on the rape and serious sexual offences team.
Right, okay.
And I just fell out of love with it. It's not what I signed up to do.
No.
I wanted to be out there, going to 999 calls, doing all that stuff. And I decided to walk away.
And I take it at this point while you were in the police, you weren't PT.
So I could still do my online coaching. So my PT business, I've done 4.
Online?
Yeah,
right.
But I did one-to-ones.
Yeah.
So even though I had obviously a full-time job, I still did my online coaching as well. Work knew that, they were happy for me to do that. But obviously when I got injured, I couldn't do one-to-ones because I couldn't hold weights myself, let alone support a client. So I just switched online. So then, in last May, that's when I left, like completely.
It's not too long ago, then 12 months.
Yeah. And then there's loads of flies down here, like going in my mouth. Worked for a friend's company in Manchester for a few months whilst I figured out what it was that I wanted to do and I rethink my life. And now I work in the civil service, so something that's a lot more relaxed and just I have a better what happened was horrendous. We're just going in that part there. Even though what happened was horrendous, my quality of life is so much better because yes, I loved my job as a cop. However, there was lots of things I absolutely hated it, and there are things that, unfortunately, because of the nature, will never change. And obviously, there's a lot of different views and opinions and all that sort of stuff, which there always will be. But I always said nobody hates bad cops more than good cops, because they tarnish the name and they make everyone else think that they're all the same, essentially.
And that leads me on to a point I was going to mention before. Like I know quite a few police who've joined the police and left, because obviously in the past there's been lots of budget cuts.
Yeah.
There's not enough people to do the job.
It's crazy. Like obviously I explained how wide our patch was.
Yeah.
On a night shift, there could be 4 of us to cover that whole area.
A lot. It's a big area, isn't it?
Like, thinking back now, speaking about it to Josh the other day, some of the situations that, rightly or wrongly, I got put in, and I was on my own, that I should never have had. Like, at the time, I was like, oh yeah, like it is what it is, just crack on. But then thinking back now, I'm like, why did I ever do that?
So there's quite a lot of time you were working on your own.
Yeah, I was always on my own.
In vulnerable positions.
Yeah, obviously you'd have colleagues that knew, oh, she's going to this, like, let's keep an eye on the radio. But because demand is that high, you can't always go
where you needed.
No, let alone 2 of you. And then obviously the things that you want to give your undivided attention, people that really deserve, a service where they're being looked after and they need that time, you can't give them that time, because you're then bouncing to the other job that's coming in.
Yeah.
And that's not fair on the public. But that's been the case for, years and years and years. And unfortunately, that will probably never change. Which is sad, really, because like I said, it's all I ever wanted to do. And yes, I didn't get, I felt like I got pushed out, essentially, because it wasn't my fault what happened.
Yeah.
The guy is still wanted.
Oh, really?
Yep. Wow. And that's another thing. I became really bitter because, unfortunately, although my supervision and friends were great supporting me, I just became another number.
Yeah.
That, we'll get to it eventually. And it was never treated with, obviously, the care and seriousness that...
And that's for someone who works in that industry as well.
And obviously, in the grand scheme of things, it is nothing what happened to me in comparison to, other things. But to me, it was the world.
Yeah, exactly.
It changed my whole life. So the fact that, because he got arrested on the night, and then he got released under investigation, and then there was meant to be a plea hearing last August, and he never turned up, and no one's found him. But we don't know.
Sorry, thank you.
Sorry, cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But we don't know how. I know how strapped they are for staff, and I know full well one person will have looked once, and that'll have been that.
Yeah.
And it'll just be a case of, I will tip up eventually. Which, again, in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing in comparison to everything else. But to me, it changed my whole world.
With that being said, obviously it did change your whole world, and at the time it was the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah.
Looking at it now and where you are and what you do you enjoy what you do now?
Yeah, I do.
As much as you were doing in the police?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I love doing what we do now, going to the gym, obviously with Andy as well. But you've got a really big following on your socials. That leads into good things for you, for clients.
Yeah.
You're constantly staying fit, you're constantly staying active, like you said before. You like to always be on the move.
Constantly.
So I imagine that
we're just turning right at the end.
Doing what you're doing is such a positive impact on yourself.
Yeah. And like I said, my quality of life now, not doing night shifts, not being in situations where they're overly dangerous and all that sort of stuff, is obviously my quality of life is better. Do I miss it? Absolutely, I'll always miss the job.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, especially if it's something you want to do at a young age.
Exactly.
And it's just been taken away from you.
Yes, I hated it so like a lot of the time, but all it would need is going to a job, a proper job, where you've been able to really make a difference and help someone.
Yeah.
Makes all the shit worth it. And that is one thing that I've always said you'll never find anywhere else other than the cops.
So you mentioned your thumb's vulnerable. That's one of the reasons why the police said you can't really go out on call because your thumb's so vulnerable.
Yep.
You did mention you're not strength training at the minute.
Yep.
You obviously do UK ride, strength classes.
Yep.
How's your confidence with your thumb? Are you worried it's gonna?
And how often do you do those ride classes as well?
So I instruct 3 times a week.
Right, okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday and Saturday. But I go to classes as well.
Yeah.
I'm there pretty much all the time.
Because they do the sculpt classes there as well, don't
Yeah.
they?
So
Again, we'll put all the details in of riders, a gym, and obviously sessions that Ashleigh hosts and everything else on there as well. We'll put all this in the pod.
yeah. But there was when I was going through rehab and my thumb, I could only do cardio.
Yeah.
So going to ride and doing spinning was all I could do. And when I was going through rehab and not being able to exercise has always been a massive part of my life.
Yeah.
So not being able to do that,
It was big.
I went into a really dark place, and it was really not a good time in my life at all. And I'll always remember those that helped, those were there for me and all that sort of stuff. But finding a sense of my old normal back with exercise helped to get me back to how I was pre-injury.
And I can completely relate to that because I snapped my ACL about 10 years now. And like you just said then, with not being able to train or do anything, like
You lose sense of your personality.
I found it so difficult.
Yeah.
Like, I got angry with the people that were trying to help me because I was like, no, I can do it on my own, I can do it on my own, leave me alone.
It's like
But I
Josh
couldn't do it on my
Blackwell
own.
would try and put my hair up. And it sounds so daft, but not being able to do that, and then Josh Blackwell trying to put my hair in a ponytail and not being able to, I would get so frustrated because like, I just want to put my hair up. Why can't I do it? So I get that completely.
But before all this, I know you've still got some involvement with it now, but we will touch on it. Is beauty pageants.
Yes.
So again, I think this was around the time that I met you.
Yeah, it was like uni.
Yeah.
Yes, college, uni is when I did pageants. Again, there's nothing that I intended to do. Just fell into it. And again, as cliche and as everyone has an opinion of it, it kind of, so when I won Miss Teen GB was the year that I lost my dad.
Right.
And the final would have been his birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was very emotional.
Yeah.
But the prep started for that at the beginning of the year, and the final was in October. I lost my dad in May. So again, I used that to just raise as much awareness as possible about a set of results when I started fundraising. I think I'd done a skydive, I did a few other things. And then I think it was about 3 years after winning that, I then flew to Mexico to represent England on the international stage.
Wow.
For Miss Global.
How old were you then?
Oh God. I must have been around, probably 20?
Nice.
Around that, I was in uni. So maybe 21?
Yeah.
And that was incredible. But I, again, through fitness, a lot of people stereotypically just wanted to be the slimmest they'd be on stage. I was very much about being strong and muscly, and I don't know, it's just always been something that I don't think I'd ever go into bodybuilding or anything like that, because that's a whole another level of discipline and
commitment.
But I've never wanted to be skinny. I want to be strong and be healthy in terms of being able to run and having, muscular endurance to do stuff like what I'm doing and all that stuff. So yeah, that's where it stopped. Because then I joined the cops. I think I competed in Mexico in the January, and I joined the cops in the March.
Right, okay.
And was it a stipulation by the police that you couldn't carry on, or was it just
No, it was just because it was nothing I ever wanted to do. Like,
That's how you fell into it.
yeah, I just fell into it. I did it, and again, it helped shape me. I was giving talks on TV shows. I was at 21 years old or 20, however old I was, I can't remember. But it gave me I've never been someone that's struggled with confidence, but I would purposely put myself in uncomfortable situations to build that confidence and grow. So going abroad on my own,
It's a big thing.
it's a big thing.
Yeah.
and what's that beauty pageant community like? Because you watch the American version, it's all bitchy, catty, and
Especially as blokes that know nothing about it, only see it from the
I mean,
outside.
don't get me wrong, if I stood here and said to me, oh, it's not like that, I'd be lying. You're always with any industry, you're always going to get people that aren't as nice, let's say, as they should be. However, for the majority, they're incredible. Like, I made so many lifelong friends that I'm still in touch with, and albeit I'm not in the pageant community now, it's something that I still follow and still look at. I think, oh, like so-and-so's doing this now, and yeah, it's not how it was in terms of being fully involved, but I coach girls now that I met through pageants.
Right, okay.
They still come to me all these years later. It's a really nice feeling.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The one thing that I have noticed, obviously again, keeping up to date socials and stuff, is I know you put it out there, so I'm not speaking out to is you really struggle with acne. You really struggle with acne.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, obviously that's hormones naturally anyway. But was that because of the pageants? And again, as blokes from the outside, makeup, does that affect everything?
I mean, I never really struggled until I hit probably around when I lost my dad, really.
Right.
And I tried everything, nothing worked. Went to the doctors, tried all the antibiotics, all the creams, nothing worked. Changed my diet, nothing worked.
Yeah.
So I got put on Roaccutane, which is obviously really intense medication, and that worked. And my skin was clear for, I want to say 6 years. And then typically, when I did my hand, it all flared up again.
Sounds stress related.
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It is. And unfortunately for my skin, when it starts, I struggle to then control it.
Suppose you get stressed about it then.
Yeah, exactly. So now I just kind of, it is what it is. I used to, when my acne was like really bad, cystic, I would still go out with no makeup on.
Yeah.
And I was just comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah, that's good.
It is what it is, and that's kind of...
A lot of people wouldn't.
No, and when I was doing pageants, that's kind of what I really wanted to kind of like promote, is to be comfortable enough in your own skin and kind of step away from what's stereotypical on social, and all that sort of stuff. And I've always been very open about that and kind of continue that now. Like, I don't... Yes, I'll put makeup on if I'm going out, but 9 times out of 10, I don't wear it. And I think it's, I don't know, it's just how I've kind of always been, really.
Just out of curiosity, a few questions on the beauty pageant stuff. So it sounds like the first one you entered, you won.
Yeah.
And you became Miss Teen Great Britain.
Well, my first ever one that I won was Junior Miss Foul Coast back in 2013.
Yeah.
Then 3 years later, I entered another Miss Teen GB. And then 3 years later, I entered. So I've gone up in the divisions with age. So I started at junior, then obviously was teen, then went into Miss. So yeah.
Well, it sounds like you pretty much won everyone first time. And did you have any coach? What can I say? Or was it all self-taught as you moved up?
I had a coach at the time called Rachel.
Yeah.
But that was more about understanding how to carry yourself on stage, how to
PR stuff.
Yeah, basically. How to not make an idiot of yourself. So yeah, I was very lucky, but again, I don't think I was never the prettiest on stage. I was never the slimmest. I was never the one with the most fancy dresses, all that sort of stuff.
You were just you though.
I was just
cliche in it, but
yeah. But I've always said, because of my pageants and socials and whatnot, I've always been judged.
Yeah.
Always, and I always will be. And I've always said I will always be unapologetically myself, because you're never going to please anyone. And as long as my friends and family like me, that's what matters. As so cringy as that sounds.
No.
Sounds like an answer to a beauty pageant question, that.
Well,
what was your favourite beauty pageant question, though? What was your favourite one?
I can't remember. Like, I honestly,
I mean, do you know ones like, what would you do if you ruled the world? What would you do if...
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I think a lot of them are kind of like, what's your driving force? Like, what's your motivation in life? And I always just said, just to be, to do something that meant that little me looking back would be proud of. And no, like, there's so many things that I wish I knew when I was 13 years old and all that sort of stuff. So as long as I'm doing something to like around that, no, I don't know.
And just last one before we move on. If you had a daughter, is it something you would push her into or encourage her to do?
I don't think I'd push her.
Yeah.
But I've always said, obviously, me and Josh speak about children all the time, and you know, hopefully one day we'll be lucky enough to have children. But I've always said, personally, I'd never want to push them to do anything. No. But hopefully by leading a fit and healthy life, you know, Josh is into his running like me, they will naturally want to follow and kind of be that way. But I would never tell them they're not allowed to do pageants.
No.
But I'd know, like, you have to do it.
Yeah, it's their choice to support them going.
Yeah, I'd always support them. Because ultimately, I wouldn't be who I am without having done them.
No, exactly.
So
exactly, it's got you where you are, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's helped build you to where you are. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not got you where you are,
100%.
but
so I think it's been a fantastic pod. We've covered so much. Quite a broad range. We skipped quite a bit. I think we've done a bit deeper into stuff.
Yeah.
But we've done 7K now.
Wait, I didn't even realise.
I cast about 3K that way. So.
You better get to it.
No,
we'll definitely walk. But again, I just want to thank you for, again, going back to the whole social media thing, you are busy, you do have a lot of things that come up, so to fit us in, to come on this little old pod, it is really good, and hopefully by having you on and speaking to you, we'll be able to spread a little bit of awareness for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very, very much.
Yeah, so Ultra's on the 16th of May.
You're more
than welcome to come down the spot.
I think I'm running with us.
The checkpoints, guys, that's Hamlet, so it's just reopened.
I'm sure we can arrange something to definitely show a bit of support or do something to help support you along the way, whether it's another run with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you very much.
Is there a Sepsis Awareness Day?
It's in September. I want to say the 13th of September is normally.
If you do plan on doing something, let us know. We'll come in there. Going in, like I say, we'll put Sepsis, your fundraising link on.
Thank you.
All your bio
on there, I'll put my details on there as well.
Once again, thanks for
having us. Let's tag along in your half hour.
It's all right.
Enjoy your last 13.5K.
Thanks. That's really rubbing it in that I've got so long to go.
Perfect. Right, well,
distracted me.
Thumbs up. Go for it. Quick fire questions.
Oh.
Straight in. Favourite type of run? Long, short?
Long.
How far?
Probably what I'm doing today, about 20k.
Just a half. Favourite running song? So what's the song you go to?
Oh, I run to everything. A bit of rock, a bit of dance, a bit of R&B, country music. I just run to anything.
Do you prefer winter or summer running? So hot or cold?
Summer. Yeah. Hate winter.
We are touching it today, though, aren't we?
Yeah. Hate winter.
Morning or night?
Morning. I'm an early riser.
Yeah.
Like, I found that my performance-wise, I'm better running around this time.
Once you've had food.
Once I've had food, but I prefer getting out first thing in the morning and running.
What are your running goals for 2026?
Just survive my ultra. Just get it done. I don't know if I'll be broken, but just doing that, really.
Last one. What's your ultimate running destination? Anywhere in the world, or any marathon, or any half marathon? I
don't actually know. I've never thought of that. Somewhere hot.
Dubai or somewhere.
Yeah.
Around the park.
I mean, I was meant to go. My trip got cancelled, so that's not great. I was looking forward to running around the park.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. So maybe eventually that will happen, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Perfect.